What's good, everybody? My name is Brandon McCollum, otherwise known as B-Mix-C. This is Nice Minds, and I have a very, very, very special guest with me, my dude, V. Washington, a.k.a. Vanlice Washington. What's good, homie?
Hey, man, just living the life, man. Just living the life. You know what I'm saying? Just working on it. How you holding up?
Oh, I'm good, man. Especially with how crazy this year has been. 2020, 2021, just been insane.
It really has, bro. It really has.
So I was trying to remember when we met, because I remember hearing your music on MySpace.
Mm-hmm.
And like you had this one track that I still remember the sample, and I'm your knight in shining armor, something like you were singing on it, and I was like, this dude's voice is dope, and I'll never forget that sample though. I don't remember like what you were singing or anything, but I remember the sample, and I don't know if we had any mutual. I know we ended up having mutual friends, but I don't know if a mutual friend like introduced us. I think I just hit you up on MySpace. Is that how that went?
God, I didn't even remember that. That's funny. I don't think I had mutual friend. I think you just hit me up one day. It was like, yo, something about doing music together. And then we found out later we did have mutual friends. We kind of like, I think it was Ryan at first.
And I think a couple other people.
Yeah, it was just funny. But no, it was like, that's so funny. Yeah, that song. That's so funny because my brother actually wrote that song, and he was just like, yeah, you should write some music. You should put it out. That's the first time having somebody write music, you know what I'm saying, have me sing to it. And so my brother was like, he's always came up with like really like lovey-dovey songs. And then we just put that out, and I was like, oh, that's cool. But then it didn't really flow to me. So I was like, that's cool. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? It was okay. But that's cool. That's how you found it. That's funny. I didn't know that. That's the first time hearing that.
Yeah, I thought I told you that, but yeah, so I hit you up, and then I had a song on my album, Mr. Nice Guy was the album, and the first time we met, you just came through the studio, and you laid down the hook. That was the very first time we met in person, and you came through and just killed it.
I remember that. That was actually tight.
Yeah, that's how we started a friendship. And then you played a few shows and stuff like that. So how did you get started with singing though?
Oh man, it's so funny. So actually I was in dude, this is funny here. Like, I don't know. I was first out, bro, like it's good talking with you as first thing. And it's crazy thinking like these questions, because I've never actually been asked like questions this, you know, like as far as to go back this far, you know what I'm saying? That's wild. This is legit, yo. This is tight. I'd say so what happened was actually I want to say it was probably like third grade. I was in band. I was playing saxophone. And like usually my thing is like, if I want to learn something, I try to be the best at it. That's kind of how I've always been.
Mm-hmm.
So like, so basically what happened was I was playing saxophone, and then there's like this play that was happening, and the play was Annie, like the old school movie, whatever it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like I always sang in the shower, but I was playing the saxophone, so to me it's like singing is whatever. And then they had the auditions, and I was like, oh cool, I'm trying for the audition. And then everybody was like kind of shocked by the way I was singing, because I was like, I was looking at what the hell's going on? Why you guys are like freaking out? You know what I'm saying? And then they're like, I don't know, it's weird. I didn't know that I actually knew how to sing. I just thought I was just, I just always just sing anyways, tune and stuff. So I auditioned for this part. I ended up actually getting a part in the play. It was like a Bert Healy part, like some like, hey, hobo man, hey, dapper Dan, you both know your style. And I loved it. The whole thing, like the whole musical theater thing was cool. So then I actually switched over to choir actually next year, because band, where I was going to Fridley at the time, and band was just so boring, bro. Like there was nothing. It was always the same thing, like hot cross buns, hot cross buns.
Right, yeah. With the recorder.
And I was like, yeah, it was boring. I was like, yo, this is not what's up. So I switched to choir, and it was easy. Choir was easy. I basically could just show up with nothing and just start singing. You know what I'm saying? I kind of had a good thing of memorizing music, because I already was doing it in band anyways. So I didn't have to carry an instrument with me. I didn't have to carry like stand. I didn't have to do any of that. And I was like, oh, I don't clean an instrument? This is easy. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of just started doing that. And that's how it started. And then, man, it just kind of evolved into, it's just like a love. Primarily, that's kind of what happened.
That's what's up, man. See, are you originally from Liberia, or your parents are?
Yeah, actually, oh man. So yeah, I'm actually originally from Liberia. I came in '91. I actually remember. So I remember like way back when we were little. I remember actually when the war started in our country, there was a big old boom, and I was just like a little kid. We're playing on like the bunk beds, whatever it was. And then like we look outside and we see these soldiers like marching down the street. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, dang, what the hell is that? I didn't know what the hell was going on. Next thing we know, like I think probably like a month later or so, like the country, or yeah, our country basically just getting like demolished. You know what I'm saying? Like bombs and stuff, like building, people getting thrown out of their houses. Like my dad and my mom sat us all out in the living room and was like, yo, like, do you guys want to go to America? I thought America was like the zoo. We don't have zoos there per se, but I thought it was like, going to the marketplace. Like, yeah, let's go to the marketplace,
Oh yeah, yep.
and not knowing that it was a whole other country. So we were all excited, but we didn't know what the hell they meant per se. And one night, bro, like I remember this vividly for some reason. I even told my mom about this, but she was shocked to actually remember this. But one night, I remember like it was really late at night, and we were all just running. It was like flashbacks. I'm so little. But it was like flashback. I remember everybody was just running, running, running. It's like my sister was helping me, my older sister helped me run. And I remember somebody had fallen like in front of me. I told my sister, why is she not getting up? Like, why is she sleeping? My sister's like, I said, why is she not getting up? My sister's like, she's sleeping, like, just let her go. And so we kept running. And then like now as an adult, I think about it, that lady died, you know what I'm saying? From exhaustion or whatever it was, from us running. So I remember we got to a boat. It was like a cram boat, bro. Like it was like a secret boat. Basically, some guy was just shoving everybody inside this boat to get us to a place called Freetown. And so we all got this place called Freetown, which is like another, if you look it up, like another country in Africa. But yeah, with Freetown, we basically were able to like kind of escape the war at the time, but also find refuge to get to the United States because my dad was working for the embassy and he had like some kind of ties to get his family out of here. And so that's basically how we got to the United States. And it's really weird, but I remember like flashbacks of certain different things, like being in a boat, how hot it was. People were like, starving, all this type of stuff. So like, yeah, I'm a legitimate immigrant, like for real, for
Yeah.
real. Like, yeah. So, I mean, that's why I think that's where the grind, I think, really comes from is knowing that like, I don't know, like a lot of my family members didn't make it, you know what I'm saying? So just know
Right.
like we're here. That's like, it's a lot. It's first generation to see what we can do out here.
Yeah, that's amazing. So I did never heard that story, man. Thank you for sharing that because yeah, I knew that, your family is from Liberia and stuff, and I thought you were too, but I didn't know how old you were when you moved here and stuff, and I never heard you tell me that story before. So, wow, man. Did that shape your creative journey at all? Like did that inspire anything?
That's a good question. I feel like it shaped a lot as far as who I am as a person, but for the most part, it was just learning. Like you're just learning the country, like learning
Yep.
how to like speak, learning how to like speak dialect, like how to like kind of I had to like where I was growing up, I grew up with a bunch of white people, so like I had to kind of mask my accent because when you're little and you have an accent, all these kids make fun of you. You know what I'm saying? So you
Right.
had to almost like figure out how to like speak more American per se. So that's why my accent only comes out now when like I'm around family or if I'm really upset. Then you can hear the accent because I can't filter it. You know what I mean? That was
Mhm.
one thing. But then as far as musically wise, I think music has always been our family. As far as like family just musically knows how to like play guitar, things like that, whatever. But I don't know how to play guitar, but musically has just been our family. But I feel like, man, I don't know if it does he shaped it, but I feel like nowadays when I write music, I basically write it with like that mindset behind, like to actually like, like build music that kind of talks about that story per se type of
Yeah.
thing, or like the deep meaning behind music type of thing. Because I feel like I don't know, I've never got into the whole just making just random stuff just to say random stuff. I've always been
Right.
like, okay, let's have a meaning behind it because people really are going through stuff. But I don't know. I feel like it may have shaped things because I remember being in the car during the war. My mom was driving by, and my mom always had like cassette tapes playing,
Mhm.
and it was always music that was like, the best way to describe it is like Bob Marley stuff, but it's more African music. It's like that.
Oh yeah.
So she always had that playing, and I always was like rewind it, rewind it, rewind it. And so that's kind of how I remember I was just hooked on music because of that stuff. So that's kind of where I feel like that's where a lot of it came from.
That's what's up, man. And then so I mean, you're multi-talented. You ended up doing modeling. What other creative stuff do you do? I mean, just we'll get into your lemonade that's behind you in a minute, but I know
All
you
that.
got into like modeling and then you went to Full Sail for college, right?
Yeah.
What are all your titles? So like I know you're a model, you're a singer, business owner. I feel like I'm missing something. There's got to be like one more thing in there.
Oh, bet. Yeah, I guess the whole talent thing is more like I never really had limitations. I told myself, so I was
Mhm.
always kind of pushed to be like, just learn whatever you possibly can. Just like I never really thought of like having limits. So if I like something, I try it off. I suck at it, fine. I suck at it. I'll stop. But Yeah, no, I mean, I did sports for a while. I was really good at sports. I feel like, I think it's this competitive nature. I'm artist wise. I know how to like draw and paint,
Yep.
um, pretty well. I took some art classes to like fine tune that, but I found it as a natural talent at first. And then, what else? I guess, yeah, the music stuff. The modeling thing just came because actually, I was actually helping out a friend of mine, and she was trying to go to Paris, France, and I was like playing football at the time, and I just was supporting her. You know what I'm saying? Just walking down the aisle, whatever. And I guess they liked me, and so what happened was we got callbacks, and I asked her if she get a callback. She was like, "Oh no, they didn't call me back." And I was like, "Oh really? They just called me back? I thought they called us both back." So like, "Oh shit, they called me back." I was like, "She's like, oh, to go to Paris." That's how the modeling thing happened. So I kind of took that plunge, and then just kind of I was like, "Oh cool, I get paid to just smile from the camera." You know what I'm saying? So that was
Yeah.
cool. But like, I never really took it serious, just because I mean, it's like I don't know, getting paid to like look a certain way is just weird to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sometimes it's cool, it's blessing, but sometimes like I never really got into it like where I always kind of made sure like I was still like like humble. You know what I'm saying? For the most
Right.
part. Um, but yeah, as far as talents goes, I don't know. I basically if I like something, I really try to learn more about it or try to be the best in it if possible or learn from the best people.
So what brought you into creating your lemonade company? Because you started Vanlice Lemonade, and dog, I'm not even saying this to gas you up because you're my friend, but it seriously is my favorite lemonade and probably one of my favorite things to drink, bro. Like I love your lemonade. What inspired you?
Have Miss Hazel. Hazel was coming to the world, and like her mom was like she's the one who introduced me to lemonade, like fresh squeezed lemonade per se, like at the fairs.
Mhm.
And I never was a fan like to just to pay like $8 for lemonade, bro. I was like, nah, like who does
Right.
that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she was like craving it, so when she tried it, and I saw like she was so excited about it, I was like, damn, what the hell? I watched this Asian couple. It was two of them. They had made like $50 in 5 minutes. And I was like, damn, that's some good money. Oh my gosh. It's just lemonade. And I tried it. It was like, yeah, it was just water, sugar, and lemon juice. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay,
Mhm.
cool. But then like, so anyways, Hazel's on the way, and I'm thinking to myself, what kind of business could I create when she's here? Because I was like, yo, like, I don't want to be one of these dads out here who are not in a child's life because they're so busy, working a lot. At the time I was doing audio engineering stuff at the Mall of America. And I was just like so busy. Like I'm talking 5 a.m. to midnight, just constantly like that's how busy
Oh
it was.
wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. So I was like, yo, I'm having kids soon. Like, I'm not gonna be there for the kid if I continue this route. So then that's what really pushed me to be like, yo, we gotta figure this thing out. But like, what set me over the edge was being denied a job. Like a friend of mine had asked me to like basically bring like a beverage company here. It was kind of like it was like a liquor company, whatever it is. I was supposed to be like this whole. I was just basically bring it like to Minnesota. I went down there for the training for a whole week. It was like long hours of training, bro. Like it was a lot. And then for somebody to be like, actually, we're gonna go a different route. I was like, yo, I just spent a whole week away from my growing child to bring up business
Wow.
here,
Yep.
and you're just gonna tell me no? I was like, I was fighting for. It. I was like, no, like you guys don't understand. Like, no, I'm really gonna do this. Like, they didn't believe me because they just felt like I was like you said, so many hats. You know what I'm saying? They felt like, oh, he's gonna start it and then quit it and blah blah. So, anyways, I convinced him to have a meeting with me to tell him, actually when I got back home, I bought the equipment for everything, blah blah. And they were just like, okay, let's have the meeting to see if how serious you really are. I kid you not, the day of the meeting, they had canceled it and they rescheduled it. And so then we're supposed to have the next day. But then like literally an hour before we're supposed to have the meeting, I texted them or emailed them and I was like, you know what? I changed my mind. Because to me, it's like if people don't understand your worth or don't know your worth, you're constantly always going to be like trying to prove yourself. And I
Right.
was like, I'm here to prove myself to you. I've never been like that in general. I've never been like to prove myself to anybody.
Yep.
So I think if you don't understand like how much I'm gonna put in it, then you're just gonna have to see. And so that's where I was like, yo, I gotta figure out a business because I was gonna bring this business and I can't. So this lemonade thing we'll figure out. And my buddy Jay was like, figure out how to make lemonade. And then I was like, cool. Then I looked out about the Asian couple again. I was like, yo, they made a lot of money. Maybe it's a good idea. So I started researching it. And then this dude was like, I have my own brand of lemonade. And I was like, people have their own brand of lemonade? It's just water, sugar, and lemon juice. What the hell? What are they talking about?
Right.
And then I started researching around the world. Like I was like, damn, people really do like all around the world. Everyone makes lemonade so differently. I didn't know that. Like in India, they literally use like it's like black pepper or something like that. And I was
Wow.
like, that's like so different. So yeah, and so like, I don't know. I was like, so let me try out different things. I had people try it for me, like see what they thought, And when I got to that point where somebody was like, what the hell is this? I was like, bam, I think I'm on to something. So I tweaked a little bit more and then I like dialed it back and kept it really simple. And that's why I wanted to only really four ingredients, but I had to just figure out that right amount. So it's not too much of this, not too much of that. It's just right. My goal is to be the best, right?
Yeah.
And, like everything I try to do. And so I was like, what if you could really create this lemonade that there's no hit or miss anymore, where it's actually good? You don't have to worry, oh, is it gonna be good today? It's gonna be too sweet, it's gonna be too sour. What if it was just perfect every time? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that's kind of what I was aiming for. And I feel like I finally found that formula to where this limit, like you said, like that was the goal, is to find what people loved it. It wasn't my choice. Like I let the people decide when it was good. And when they decided, I was like, okay, let me just perfect it so that every time somebody tries it, they're sent to paradise. And that's kind of what it was about.
Paradise in every sip. That's your motto, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I
for real.
love
But
it.
I really love that paradise idea, because I see myself on like a beach, like with my monkey making music. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yep.
all I really want to end up doing. You know?
It was crazy when you first told me. I was like, V started a lemonade brand. What? What's this about? And you came up to Minneapolis, and we met at a bar across from IPR where I went to school, and you had it in like a milk jug when I
Oh
first tried
yeah,
it, and I think it was early, was it 2018 probably?
probably. Yeah, because I think 17, I was like testing it still, and like yeah, that's probably 18. Yo.
Yeah, maybe it was like early 2018,
Yeah.
or late 2017. But yeah, and you let me try some, and you would always film people when they try it, and
Yeah.
I gotta find that clip. I might still have that clip. I definitely gotta grab that. But I tried it and I was like, damn, V, you're not messing around, bro. Like what? Like I was shocked, man. I mean, I guess not shocked that it was good, but I mean, I was shocked that how much I really like it. And I'm like, damn. Like I have a friend that started his own lemonade brand, a dude that I've known for, a decade, and like this is legit. I mean, you're the only one that I know that has something like that, you know?
Yeah.
It's so unique and it's so bomb. So like I
That's
I,
what's up.
I want to like jump on mountaintops and scream like, "Yo, try." Like I'm trying to do whatever I can to tell people like you got to buy this lemonade. Like you got to
That's
try
funny.
it. You got to try it. And I mean, I would have had you on this podcast, even if you didn't start the lemonade brand, just because you're the homie, and we done creative stuff for years. But man, I got to give you props on that. So, you were able to like quit your day job and finally do it this year, right?
Yeah, I mean, gosh, I wouldn't even say quit. I got fired, bro. But like,
Oh,
I guess
damn.
it was kind of mutual, but it was just like I was done. Because basically, to me, what happened was I took the job to help people. I've always been about just I want to help people out. You know what I'm saying? I want to like make sure that basically I want to make an impact on society. So like whatever I do when I leave this earth, I want to impact as many lives as possible.
Absolutely.
And so the person, well, so I took jobs like it was like an audio visual job. So I was helping, like every day was like a win. Anytime I fixed his computer, or like I helped him with something, it was a win. And it was cool. But then the guy I was working for was just like so, man, I just felt like he was so like, ah, you know what I'm saying, on your back, like, micromanaging.
Mhm.
And I told him in the beginning, I was like, I'm not a micromanaging kind of person. So if that's what you do in your job, like, please don't hire me. You know what I'm saying? So at first it was cool, but it became way too much micromanaging. And then like towards the end, like the coronavirus started happening, right? And then we didn't have interact with people at all. So I
Mhm.
was like, man, I'm kind of dying here, because I like to interact with people. I'm not really one of those people who wants to like sit at a job and just collecting a check every day. It's okay. Sometimes people want to do that, but for me, it's like I'd rather put my time doing something else. And that's kind of what I've always been like in general. And so yeah, so it got to a point where I think like where we really started, the downhill spiral started, was like we started working from home. And I was like, I think my daughter, yeah, Eva's birthday was coming up, and I was like, we should go to Florida, but I have to work on Friday still. I was like, but if we leave on Saturday, then we have to be back, you know. So I was like, let me just figure out how to make this work. So I figured I could just fly out there and have like work online, that type of stuff. My Wi-Fi from the plane didn't work, so then I was gone for like 5 hours, right? And so I got back. I think it was 3 hours. 3 hours. So I got back. I said, let him know. I was, hey man, I was trying to get the Wi-Fi to work. Blah blah. He's like, what do you mean? Where are you? I was like, I'm in Florida. He was so bad because he couldn't leave because of coronavirus. Like he was, on high risk, and so he was like, I have to stay here. You need to stay here too. It's like we're working from home. Like we're working remote. So why does it matter?
Right.
It's like I don't care. Like what do you do? You need to get back here. You know what? Just clock out. You're done for the day. I was like, oh my gosh. So, anyways, after that, I got back to the job. He made me come back in the office. Nobody's in the office. Nobody else is coming in the office. I'm by myself. Literally, I felt like I was in jail. And I was like, man, this is crazy. Like, I'm being punished per se, but it was almost to the point where, okay, I get it, what you're saying. It's not gonna happen again. Let's move forward. but it became like a dig after, you know what I'm saying? When you somebody like is upset with you, they just like they want to make sure you feel it.
Oh
And I
yeah.
got to the point where I was like, bro, this dude is tripping. And so I think there was a meeting that he wanted me to have. And I was like, I asked him, because we've been arguing. I was like, hey, can you please, just let me know what you want to talk about in this meeting so there's no more arguing? And he's like, no. So I canceled the meeting. Yeah, I was
I
like,
hate that shit.
yeah. So I canceled the meeting. He's like, why'd you cancel the meeting? I was like, because I asked you to explain to me what's going on, but you don't want to. So I feel like out of respect, man to man, out of human to human, like there's no point in having this meeting with you. So he went dark. As far as dark means on like the web thing, whatever, it's like it means he's no longer in the office, right? Which he's at home. So I figured he's coming in. So he's coming in. I'm like, oh, he's coming. Today's the day. Today's the day. Because I already kind of thought about it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, like I don't want to quit. I need to get fired. Because if I quit, then he wins. I don't get any unemployment and blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? I'm screwed. I got to find another job. Then Corona's going to suck. I was thinking to myself, if he fires me, then I could probably get unemployment. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, cool. You know what I'm saying? I knew he kind of had a temper. So I was like, I'm just not going to take any more of his crap anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, I respect humans. You got to respect me back type of situation. So he got heated. He came in, all like, pack up your stuff. You need to go. I walked to the office. I grabbed a Snickers bar, I
Jeez.
think it was. I think it was like a Snickers bar. I grabbed a Snickers bar and like my laptop. And he's like, where's your stuff? And I was like, oh, it's already in my car. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, oh, I already saw this coming a long time ago. Like, what do you mean? He's like, he was so mad, bro. It was so crazy. He was like, I was kind of like a one-up, you know what I'm saying? So like
Right.
he slammed my laptop, started saying all this stuff. I'm like, man, like you are the worst person I've ever worked for before, like for real. Like you're the
Wow.
most disrespectful person ever, you know? And it was weird because like I had just met the CEO of that whole company too, and like his environment is not even like that. So for this guy to act the way he's acting is like you're not even like. Anyways, basically I got fired, bro. And then I was like, I was like, at first I had a couple checks coming. It was cool. I thought I was getting unemployment. I didn't get unemployment because like some weird thing I did, whatever, back in the past, messed it up. So now I'm like,
Damn.
this is prime time. I got to figure out how to make the lemonade thing, or I got to get another job. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going all the way in. And I just started like figuring out how to make money with lemonade. I kind of already knew, but I knew if I went in with the same amount of time I went with the job, giving somebody else my time, I could probably make this beast happen. And that's when you guys started seeing it kind of like happen more, is because I was like, I'm all in.
Yeah.
And then I just refused to go back to the 9 to 5. And it's been scary. It still is kind of scary, but at times I realize it's really on me.
Right.
It's really on me, you know? And so, yeah, nobody else is going to, save me. If I want to go back to a job, I could, but then it's like, it's kind of like I gave up, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of
Right.
where it's at now.
How many stores are you in now, bro?
Oh, man, I think I just added a couple more. So I feel like now I'm officially at like 17 stores.
Damn, that's what's up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 17 stores now. My goal is 20 by the end of this month. So, like, we'll see how I'm pretty close to that. So we'll see.
So is the process like literally you just walk into these stores and you let them try it and you ask them if they'll carry it? Is that how that works?
Some of them are like that. Some of them are definitely not. So like the high V's, I'll tell you, high V is cool. Like they actually have this system where they run it by themselves. Like every store is like their own CEO.
The
So you walk
franchise?
into
Yep.
high V, they may have different products all over the place, but they have primary core products, but like primarily like high V, like they allow their people to run it the way they want to run it. So you have to go into a high V, and every single high V is kind of rough because you have to go into there and talk to the buyer and see if the buyer likes your product. And fortunate enough for me, like the product's good. So like they like it. I got the point where the packaging is finally good. It's in glass, you know what I'm saying? So like for them to say no, it would be based off of the taste and not just all other things too. So
Right.
so far it's been a hit, a hit, a hit. Couple stores it's been like maybe we'll try you out, see how it goes, you know what I'm saying? But then once they see that people buy it, then they order more. So it's still a slow, steady process, but just getting in the door is what my focus is right now. I want to get in the door, you know what I'm saying, so they can see what it does, and then from there, like grow that beast, you know? That's kind of like go behind that.
That's what's up. So some of the places I've seen online, you're like, oh, they only got like 3 left or whatever. So how do you think? Like, do you think it's mostly like people walking in and seeing it and being like, oh, I want to try this, or do you think it's people that like have heard of you and know that it's sold there? Like, how do you think, or is it a mix of things?
I think it's a mix. I think at the beginning, it definitely was like people that knew me and they'd go on like grab it. And
Mm-hmm.
then because of the where they place it, people are like, what the hell is this? You know what I'm saying? They look at the label like, what is this thing? You know what I'm saying? And so then they read it. It's like, that's why I like me read it, getting help redesigning the label and everything. My friend Tony and different people too, like really help because people, it basically tells them exactly what it is. And then the goal is to be like, let me grab it. You know what I'm saying? Let me try it. And once they try it, then it's like, let me grab a bunch of them. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
kind of like
yeah,
that. So
for
yeah,
real.
so it's been like that. So, but sampling was helping big time before the whole Corona thing shut that down too. So when I was able to sample, man, it was flying off the shelf
I
because it's
bet.
really about getting people to try it.
Are your goals to go national and then worldwide next? Like, what are the next steps for you?
My next step right now, I guess, is really I want to figure out. I want to like, figure out the kinks in Minnesota first, and then yeah, go national, and then go global. Basically, my end goal, I want to really be able to figure out this system here and duplicate it in my original hometown where I was born, if possible, to
Oh, that
actually
would
be
be
like, yeah,
awesome.
yeah, because my thing is like, if I can bring money back to the country that my parents took me from, you know what I'm saying, or brought us here from,
Yeah,
I like I'd be doing like a service, for like what we're supposed to do anyway. You come to the country, learn what you need to learn, go back home, and then build the resources back up. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of
absolutely.
my ultimate goal is to be able to go back home, build infrastructure just so we can export out of there and help bring wealth back to that country. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of my ultimate, my end goal.
Word. Hell yeah. So yeah, I want to talk about so you and I kind of formed a partnership with this because last summer I love your lemonade and I was just like, damn, I need to order some from V, and I just, I ordered some, and then, you delivered it. So you do hand deliveries as well, which is super dope. You do this like milkman style delivery, and
Yeah.
you delivered some to me when I ordered it, and I was like, I gotta do my boy a solid and just leave like a little review online. So I just did like a little review. And how many people did I help you sell to?
I feel like for sure I know it was at least three, but like I know like over time you told me like one time, oh I know that person. I was like that must be another person because sometimes I ask them and they'll say, oh yeah, Brandon, my buddy Brandon posted it, blah blah. You know what I'm saying? But it was like three off the bat, like right after your video. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It wasn't like one here, two. It's like no, like it was like boom, boom, boom. And I was like, damn, like what the hell? Like this wild. Cause my whole thing is like if people are helping me out, I need to figure out how to help them out. If we can do this like as a brand, because I have this brand now where like we can people actually like a product. I was like, how can we make this work together? And it was kind of hard trying to figure it out. But first, I think it's we kind of got it figured out. But I don't know. I feel like my thing was like, you guys want to do the studio thing, right? To set up like a studio per
Right.
se, something like that. And I was like, how can we accelerate that process? And I just feel like if we could figure out, how if people order lemonade, we'll like, do like a percentage or do like a dollar amount so that, you guys can make money too. We can make money together and just, grow together like that, grow together. Cause that's what I think it was like shaking each other's hands, scratching each other's backs.
Yeah. I want to figure out a way to incorporate it into this podcast. Some
Yeah.
podcasts have advertisements.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to maybe make like an advertisement for you or something for my podcast. And
Yeah.
then, and then just start putting that in every single episode. What do you think of that?
Gotcha. That'd be a damn good idea. I wish I could figure out this whole like 'cause I know you guys have like people outside Minnesota and outside United States sometimes too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got tons of people in Cali and Oregon,
Yeah.
all over the place, Canada. Um, yeah, I mean, especially with our sample packs, we've really built kind of a little community. And I feel like with the little co-promotion we've already done with you, I feel like if we could figure out a way to do the interstate, different countries and stuff like that, it would be we could start slinging like crazy.
Really think so too. I gotta figure out this whole because I really need to reconnect with the cans people because cans gonna be very easy to ship. And then also like I gotta figure out who was a safe person to ship this glass. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because yeah, I think that'd be a hit for real. Because I feel like I just feel like it's gonna be a hit.
Yeah, I feel like if we perfect that, it's gonna be a hit, man. I mean, especially like if I can start incorporating it into these podcasts more, and then doing more stuff with the sample pack stuff. I just want to help you succeed. That's what I'm saying because like I said, like I fuck with your lemonade, bro, and I just wanna see it grow and grow and grow, and I just want to see you be successful with this, man, because you deserve it, man. You've always been just a solid dude. You've always shown me mad respect, mad love. I've never gotten any bad vibes from you. You just always been that dude, man. I appreciate it.
No, that's like back to you, man. Back to you for real. I thought at first, I thought we had a first bad vibe because the duck lips. I think I thought I was like, oh
Oh
no,
yeah.
did I cross the line? I was like, oh no, did I cross the line? I was like, oh no, but it's
No,
kind of
I was
funny.
I was kidding. That's funny. Yeah, I posted a for anybody watching, I posted a picture, and I didn't even do a face. Like I was just like doing I don't know. That's just my natural like mean mug or whatever. And you were uh like you look good, man, minus the duck lips. And I'm like, I'm not even doing duck lips, bro. What the hell? That was
Oh
fucking
man.
funny, man. But yeah, I definitely want to get you back on here at some point. I think this should be like a regular thing where I get you on here, especially if we're gonna be doing this partnership. But man, I appreciate you coming on here, man,
Yeah.
and giving me the time, man.
Yeah, for real, man. You too. For real, I really appreciate this too.
Like I said, I wish you nothing but success and love, man. And let's figure out how to make you pop, man.
All right, let's do it. We'll figure it out. All right, bro. Good talking to you.
Yeah, you too, man. Have a great night.
All right, you too.